Florida congressman. He's also a member of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Congressman Randy Fine. Congressman, it's always great to see you. Now, you voted yes on the Save America Act, not once, not twice, not three times, about 4 times. Tell us why you think it's so important, and why can't we get over the hurdle of this? Why can't it get to the Senate?
Well, look, it's important because if people don't have trust in the results of our elections, then we don't have a democracy and the entire country falls apart. And what's particularly frustrating about this fight is the overwhelming majority of Americans agree, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, a man, a woman, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, everyone thinks it's not a big deal to show a driver's license in order to vote. Even Barack Obama agrees. You had to show a driver's license to get into his museum. So people are very frustrated. That's why I keep voting yes. What we need the Senate to do is vote for it once. And they need to stop taking vacations and stop working on silly bills. They need to do the job that Americans elected them to and stay there for as long as it takes to get the Save America Act passed.
And Congressman, ABC and NBC did not carry Trump's Oval Office address live. CNN also didn't air the speech, saying that there was a live feed that would be available on its website and its streaming platform. Now, the president suggested that broadcasters should face some consequences. What are your thoughts? It's really stunning to me that they wouldn't carry it. It's the president of the United States. It's an Oval Office address. Is this sort of just part of the overall sort of censoring of the media against this president, whatever he's talking about?
Yeah, I think it's very troubling. What makes a broadcast network different is they have an asset that has been provided to them by the public, access to the public airwaves. That's something, for example, that Newsmax doesn't have. There's no free way to get it over the air. You guys have been given no bandwidth. And if broadcast networks are going to start to pick and choose, if they're going to broadcast Joe Biden's insane speech that he gave in Philadelphia, where it looked like a speech in front of the SS or something, and they're going to broadcast that live, but they're not going to broadcast the president. That kind of picking and choosing is very problematic. And I think it begs the question of whether they should have access to these public broadcast licenses.
Yeah, it's interesting, the picking and choosing for sure. Meantime, the House overwhelmingly rejected a proposal to eliminate $3.3 billion in U.S. aid to Israel. But this came as 103 Democrats voted in favor of ending the funding. That is stunning. And you know what's really frightening, Congressman? That 2 years ago, that same vote happened. There were 37 Democrats at that point. This time, there were 103. What does that tell you about some of your Democratic colleagues?
Well, it says that the Democratic Party is a mainstream Jew-hating party. And that you can't argue that anymore. This was an insane slap in the face of our greatest ally in the world, the only one that we can count on to go into battle with us. And when we had to take on Iran, Israel was right next to us. So to simply slap us in the face, any Jew that votes Democrat really needs to get their head examined. But I'm also very proud that not a single Republican, not one, joined the admittedly anti-Semitic Thomas Massie in voting for that amendment. So the Republican Party stood unanimous together. The Democratic Party chose to embrace Jew hatred.
It was very stunning, and maybe it's a sign of what's to come in a very divided Democratic Party. That is for sure. Congressman Randy Fine, it's really great to have you on such important topics. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.